the Shadow Man, uncovering the secrets of the creepy darkness. In the quaint town of Willowbrook, nestled deep in the heart of a dense forest, a sense of unease permeated the air. For years, strange occurrences had plagued the community, leaving the townsfolk in constant fear. But the events that unfolded over the course of one fateful summer would send shivers down their spines and forever change their lives. It all began innocently enough. A group of teenagers, eager to test the limits of their bravery, embarked on a late-night adventure to an abandoned cabin on the outskirts of town. They ventured deep into the woods, their laughter piercing through the stillness of the night. Little did they know that their joyous escapade would soon turn into a nightmarish ordeal. Days turned into weeks, and the teenagers mysteriously vanished without a trace. Their bewildered families searched high and low, but there were no clues, no signs of their whereabouts. Fear gripped the hearts of the townsfolk, and whispers of an urban legend known as the Shadow Man began to circulate. Legend had it that the Shadow Man was a malevolent entity, a harbinger of doom that lurked in the darkness, preying on the souls of the innocent. Locals believed that those who disappeared had fallen victim to his sinister grasp. The town's library, nestled within the ancient walls of a weathered Victorian building, became the epicenter of rumors and tales surrounding the Shadow Man. Amidst the rising fear, a peculiar figure emerged from the shadows, the local librarian, Daniel Hawthorne. A quiet and inquisitive man, Daniel had always possessed an insatiable curiosity for the supernatural. The disappearances weighed heavily on his mind, fueling his determination to uncover the truth behind the legend of the Shadow Man. With a dogged determination, Daniel delved into the library's vast archives, unearthing forgotten tomes, and piecing together fragments of stories that had long been dismissed as mere superstition. He soon discovered a thread connecting the vanished teenagers, a secret group known as the Order of Shadows. The Order, comprised of prominent figures within the community, had been dabbling in dark arts and forbidden rituals, seeking to summon a terrible, mystical being known as the Devourer of Souls. They believed that by appeasing this ancient entity, they could gain unimaginable power and wealth. Unbeknownst to them, their actions had awakened an evil far beyond their comprehension. As Daniel began to unravel the truth, his investigation drew unwanted attention. Members of the Order, realizing their secret was on the brink of exposure, resorted to desperate measures to protect their plans. Shadows seemed to follow Daniel wherever he went, and a sinister presence permeated his every step. The librarian's life, as well as those of his loved ones, hung in the balance as he raced against time to thwart the Order's nefarious scheme. Night after night, he was plagued by nightmares, tormented by visions of the Devourer of Souls, its grotesque form, its insatiable hunger. The line between reality and the ethereal realm began to blur, driving Daniel to the brink of madness. Armed with his newfound knowledge, Daniel confronted the Order, seeking to expose their malevolent intentions. But the power they had unleashed proved far more formidable than he had anticipated. The Devourer of Souls, summoned forth by their twisted rituals, rose from the depths of the occult, hungering for the souls of the living. In a climactic battle of light against darkness, Daniel and his allies fought valiantly, their determination outweighing their fear. The townsfolk, awakened to the true nature of their neighbors, joined the struggle, their collective strength becoming a beacon of hope in the encroaching darkness. As the battle raged, sacrifices were made, lives forever altered. Daniel, driven by an unwavering resolve, stood face to face with the Devourer of Souls, realizing that the fate of Willowbrook rested upon his shoulders. In a moment of selfless bravery, he unleashed a torrent of ancient knowledge, binding the mystical being and sealing it away once more. As the dust settled and the echoes of the final battle faded, the townsfolk rejoiced, believing they had achieved a decisive victory against the forces of darkness. Grateful for their deliverance, they celebrated with a newfound sense of unity and purpose, vowing to protect their town from any future threats. But within the depths of his weary soul, the librarian, Daniel, knew that their triumph was only a temporary respite. He had witnessed the true extent of the Order's fanaticism and the ancient evil they had unleashed. Their defeat was merely a setback, a prelude to a resurgence of their wicked plans. As the townsfolk reveled in their hard-fought victory, Daniel quietly retreated to the shadows, haunted by the knowledge that their peace was fragile, a fragile illusion. He understood the cyclical nature of darkness and the eternal struggle between light and shadow. The day would come when the Order would rise again, and the Shadow Man's legend would cast its chilling veil over Willowbrook once more. While the townsfolk remained blissfully unaware, Daniel devoted himself to his research, seeking to uncover any clues that could help them prepare for the next inevitable confrontation. He meticulously catalogued ancient texts, deciphered cryptic prophecies, and sought out forgotten wisdom, all in a desperate attempt to stay one step ahead of their formidable enemy. As the seasons changed, and the years rolled on, the librarian tirelessly continued his solitary pursuit. He became a guardian of knowledge, training a select few in the ways of the occult, readying them for the battles yet to come. Together, they formed a hidden society, sworn to protect the town of Willowbrook from the shadows that lurked beyond. And so, the townsfolk lived their lives, blissfully ignorant of the impending darkness that loomed on the horizon. Unbeknownst to them, the librarian and his chosen few stood as the first line of defense, their eternal vigilance an unyielding shield against the encroaching evil. In the darkest corners of his heart, Daniel knew that their fight was far from over. The day would come when the Shadow Man's chilling presence would once again consume the town. But until that time arrived, the librarian vowed to stand resolute, to protect the innocent and ensure that the legacy of Willowbrook endured. For in the battle against the supernatural, hope flickered like a candle in the wind, sometimes dimmed but never extinguished. And as long as there were those who dared to face the shadows head-on, the flame of resistance would continue to burn, casting its defiant glow into the eternal night.